So get ready for an interview with another guy that likes to play with his guns.
But first, self-defense and emergencies can happen to anyone, and there's no guarantee that the justice system will be on your side. Make sure you are protected for the legal battle after your self-defense battle. While you protect your family and property, U.S. Law Shield is here to defend you 24/7, 365 days a year with a comprehensive self-defense coverage at an affordable price. Bad guys don't take days off, and neither does our coverage. Sign up today. Go to uslawshield.com.
So we're going to talk to the gun drummer, a guy named Nate Wilkinson. And have you guys seen his work yet? Not familiar?
No.
I just did, and here it's amazing.
It's pretty cool, isn't it? So, all right, let's bring him on the line. Nate, you there?
Yes, how's it going?
Good, man. How are you?
Good.
All right, so tell her what exactly what is it you'd say you do here, Nate? What is a gun drummer?
It's like the office interview. What would you say that you actually do here?
Yeah.
Well, I like dual wielding guns to heavy metal breakdowns and different music. I've got the chance to use tanks and flamethrowers and machine guns and a whole slew of different guns. And, I've been doing it for a couple of years and people really like it. So we just keep moving.
So were you a gun guy first or a drummer first? Like walk us through how this all started.
I've been shooting guns since I was just a kid, and I've always liked dual wielding weapons just for fun. And then I started playing drums when I was maybe 14 or 15 and getting into heavy metal and Metallica and playing guitar and stuff. And just a couple of years ago, I was just messing around. I was going to make a funny video and send it to my dad. So I made one video, and we posted it on Facebook, and it got 1 million views in one day. And so
Wow.
I was like, well, I'll just keep doing it as long as people want to see it. And, yeah.
And you basically, so just to describe, and I'm going to describe it, but then you do a better job of describing it. But you basically, it's kind of like Charlie, the guy he plays his instrument and he shoots at the same time. It's kind of like that, but with drums. So he's playing the drums and emphasizing the beats with by shooting your gun, right? Is that a good way of explaining what you do?
I just use firearms as a percussion instrument, basically.
That's
so
even
yeah,
better.
I start the video playing actual drums that I take to the shooting range, and then I'll just transition and start picking up guns and going from there. And there's a little bit of science behind it. Like you got to calculate how many rounds you're going to need for each part of the song, and like when you're gonna move and pick up some different guns and how many rounds you have in those mags and how long it's going to take you in the song.
Did you just say that there's a little bit of science behind it?
Believe it or not, man. I know it looks easy on the videos, but it's
Well, you're so good. Honestly,
it.
you're so good. You make it look easy, and I like that you're following the science. I like that.
I appreciate it. It's basically just keeping everything running is the biggest challenge.
I believe it.
Sure everything's operating properly. That is, and the ammo's good, and that's really the.
Is Lars your favorite drummer? Who's your favorite drummer?
My favorite drummer is probably Chris Adler from Lamb of God.
Yeah.
Really? That's interesting.
Yeah.
What makes him your favorite drummer?
He's just super technical and fast, and he sneaks a lot of extra stuff in there. That I really like Joey Jordison from Slipknot too, though.
Oh yeah. He wait a minute. Is he the one that just passed away?
Yes.
Yeah, that's too bad. Boy, Slipknot. I don't know how old you are. I'm 45. So Slipknot came in just after. Like I'm just a little too old for Slipknot. I really wish Slipknot was around when I was in high school because talk about teen angst, persona.
Right, it's perfect for that.
Yeah, it is.
I got to cover one of those songs with an actual tank. If you guys haven't seen that one, it's the one that I promote the most.
I don't even know what that means. What do you mean you covered it with a tank? Like, how did you get?
I was in
Who
Texas
gave you a tank,
with a
sir?
Sherman tank, and I was playing actual drums first to the Slipknot song, and then right at this drop, I pulled the cord and fired the 76 millimeter main cannon to the Sherman, and then climbed on top of the Sherman and emptied 40 rounds of 50 BMG out of the Ma Deuce, and then jumped off of the tank and finished it out with a mag dump from a Barrett from the shoulder. I thought I was going to die. Like, my heart rate was going crazy.
How did you get access? How did you get access to a tank and some 50 cals?
It's drivetanks.com is where I was. It's down in Uvalde, Texas. So it's like, 2 hours.
Of course it is.
West of San Antonio.
Well, yeah, that's not.
Yeah, it wouldn't be in California.
That's not here in California.
Yeah, it wasn't over in San Diego for sure.
No.
Where are you out of? Are you out of Texas?
No, I'm in Ohio.
Okay. Well, there's a lot of
tanks in Ohio.
A lot of fun to be had in Ohio as well.
Definitely.
What about?
So how often do you do your videos? I mean, do you do them once a week, or you just do them whenever it comes to be?
I try to post one once a week, but I have like a career in something completely unrelated that I went to college for, and so I have a full-time job. So it's,
You have a career in something unrelated. That's like
yeah, completely unrelated. Yeah.
So isn't like this isn't a subset of something you do. There's this, I know a lot of people have a career where drumming and shooting in tanks is a big part of what they do, but you're not in that industry. You're in a whole separate industry. That's what you're saying?
It's like half and half, man. Yeah, I'm in like a really technical industrial construction, like design build of like large factories and large machines and stuff like that. And then the other half of my life is, the gun stuff, which is great.
So has it kind of taken? It's a side gig for you then. I mean, it's kind of it's a separate job.
Yeah, I did just do this for 8 months, and I was making it work. I was doing it full time and just busting at it. But the problem is it's so fickle with the quite literal discrimination that we face online just using firearms. So I could be gone in a minute. My Twitter's been deleted, my TikTok's been deleted, my Snapchat's been deleted. We've had a lot of different problems on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube. So wait. So I can't put all my eggs in that.
So you did a bunch of videos and then they deleted you because of the guns?
Yes, all of the popular, well-used social media platforms right now that we have are discriminatory against firearms. That's a fact. It's in their community guidelines. They don't want firearms on there.
Yeah, Melissa got it shut down on YouTube.
Check out this story. So, Melissa, tell them the story of the holster, and you brought the blue gun in.
So I was reviewing some holsters, and I had a blue gun in one, and then I had my CCW in the other, which I never took out. I never took out any of them. And then all of a sudden on our YouTube live, we got blacked out. And I guess the bots had just caught that it's a firearm, and they just shut us down immediately. Yeah,
YouTube and Facebook. And so the next week, she brought a banana.
Yeah.
So now I have to use bananas for my firearms whenever I'm doing
So next time you're doing a segment and you want it to stay online, forget the guns, bring a banana.
I'm sure everyone's going to watch that. Definitely.
Yeah. Well, they're going to look at it and say, what the heck is he doing?
Hey, do you take requests, like song requests? I think you should do something by Mars Volta. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I do need to branch out a little bit.
That will cost you a lot of ammo, though.
What happened, though, when they deleted? You just woke up one morning and it was all gone? Or did they send you a notice? Or did you figure out specifically why? I mean, tell us what kind of...
We rarely ever know why. I mean, my friend Eric, Iraq veteran 8888, you guys have probably seen his channel. He got deleted from Facebook with 800,000 followers and 10 years of work out of the blue with no reason. Another one of my friends, Dustin Ellerman, Top Shot Dustin, he got his Facebook page deleted with 1 million followers and 10 years of work. They just do this stuff at will. It's crazy. In my case, TikTok is so sophisticated with their algorithm that it will pick up the shape of the firearm even if you don't shoot it, kind of like you were talking about on YouTube and Facebook. So what they were doing is when they would sense any firearm in my video, it would give me a community guideline strike, and actually, after I got like 100 of them, they just terminated the page. So,
yeah. Well, and the funny thing about it is, with those many views, don't they make money off your channel?
Oh yeah, it's not financially driven; it's ideological.
But I mean, just stop and think. It kind of reminds you of California, because we're not money driven either. We send more businesses out of the state than we do keeping them in, and it just blows me away that their idea is way stronger than their goal to make money. Makes no sense.
Yeah.
Hey, Nate, are there
right.
other alternative platforms that you and these other guys are going to now?
I try to upload everywhere just to have it somewhere, like on BitChute or wherever. But the bottom line is nobody's on there. I mean, these companies have a virtual monopoly right now on the public square, really. I mean, if you get kicked off of Facebook and Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok and YouTube, then you really don't have a voice.
So right now, all the popular platforms that we all know the names of, they have a big enough marketplace that they can make money. So he gets a bunch of views. He actually makes money off of it. If he goes to like a platform that none of us have ever heard of, then even if he does get a bunch of views on it, they're not set up to be monetized. The income is missing. So the technology exists other places. Like Recoil Magazine is trying to set up an alternative. The technology is easy, but the problem is the marketplace doesn't exist. So even if you put all that stuff up there and got 800,000 views or whatever, the money isn't there.
Well, again, and that gets back to what we were talking about before, though, about getting the message out. Because again, there's 150 million gun owners in this country. You know, you put
an ad in every magazine, every gun website, and let people know where they can find you. I mean, and that's boots on the ground and working your tail off to make that happen. So that's the only way you're going to do it. Because, talking about, say, the radio industry, I mean, if you happen to be a Howard Stern fan and Howard Stern only comes on at 2 o'clock in the morning, you'll find him and you'll listen. So I think it's just a matter of word of mouth, getting it out, and trying to find a platform that you can, do your thing on it without people trying to shut you down.
Yeah.
So what are you looking at next? I mean, how are you able to navigate? Do you just kind of have to cross your fingers and hope? Or actually, we're going to get you.
Yeah, we're going to talk to him
on the
when we
other
get
side
back.
of the.
And since he's not making any
commercial.
money at it, I mean, he's not doing it for a living. He's doing it for fun.
No,
Now
he's
it's
making money.
Well, yeah, but now it's a challenge.
Well, no, he's making money though. Yeah, let's talk to him on the
Not
other
as
side.
much as you make.
I don't make it.
Oh, get a great night's sleep and enjoy the satisfaction of supporting companies fighting against cancel culture. That's mypillow.com, and use the promo code FreeMarket3 and get up to 66% off. All right, we're talking with Nate Wilkinson. He is the gun drummer.
The gun drummer.
Yeah, and you can find him on just about any platform, since he likes to throw as much up against the wall as he can, just to see what's going to stick.
Where if somebody wants to take a look at you right now during the interview, do you have a central website, or where do they go?
YouTube's probably the best place because it's the most well organized. So if you just look up Gun Drummer on YouTube, you'll see me on there.
Okay. So
they haven't taken all your segments off.
No.
They just handpicked probably the one with the tank.
No, it just depends on the platform. Like right now, believe it or not, Facebook and Instagram have been decent. So, and
well, they
have a couple problems, but
they're
in
trouble. They're in trouble. They're being looked at by the feds, and I think they're trying to be on their best behavior so as not to shine any negative light on them.
So they don't want to. They don't want to anger the drummers out there,
right?
Right. Well, they're acting as publishers and they're pretending like they're not. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm sure the Biden DOJ has them just quivering there. It's.
So after you get deleted, do you just go back in and like upload everything again under a different name, or what do you do to move forward?
I've thought about doing that. I haven't done that yet, just because of the amount of work it's going to take. But no, like I said, I've got the YouTube channel still, and Facebook and Instagram, and those are like the three, I guess, that get the most traffic for me. So I just keep rolling with that.
Your stuff is fun. It's funny. It's interesting. It's entertaining. It doesn't. It shouldn't be this hard. I mean,
but the social media doesn't want those things.
I know, but it shouldn't be that way.
They want control.
It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
It's the second rule in the founding document of our entire legal system here is that we all can be armed. I don't understand why it's so controversial, to be honest with you.
Well, and it's the first one that you're, freedom of the press.
Yeah, the first one's the one suffering. Yeah, exactly.
Or expression. Freedom. Take your.
They don't like the word free.
Yeah.
In other words,
they do like the word free. Freedom is what they don't like.
Yeah, that's true.
Free stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
They put the dumb in freedom. I think we just coined it.
Oh, very good.
How about that?
Bump, bump, bump.
All right, I just coined a phrase.
And by the way, he does that a lot. Most of them don't work. That one sounded pretty good.
Yeah, right? All right, Nate. Danny Carey, what do you think?
Oh, he's a beast, man. Absolutely. I like how they just recently released some of like the GoPro footage from him and his kit, because all the footage for the last 20 years has been on like a Nokia flip phone, and I don't know why. I'm like, where's the drummer cam of Dairy Canyon? Now we have it.
So he's the drummer for Tool. I'm a ridiculous Tool fan. I'm like a 13-year-old girl and a boy band. Like, you know, I am to Tool as 13-year-old girls are to boy bands. It's absolutely ridiculous.
That's how Tool fans are, man. You guys are hardcore.
Yeah.
I like Tool as well, but I'm not like hardcore about it.
Then I have to throw this out. Are you a fan of Red Dawn?
He's talking to you, Nate. Everybody knows I am.
Maybe, I mean, maybe it's showing my age, but I don't know.
Oh man, this guy over here, man. The minute you mention Red Dawn, he's looking for his rifle.
That's right. It's an old movie in the 80s. You got to watch it.
Yeah, you'll have to Google it.
It's life changing.
Okay, it's a war movie.
Well, yeah, basically,
sort of.
Yeah, it's
goodness.
the Russians invade, and a bunch of high school kids take their hunting rifles and fight back. How cool is that? I know, right?
All right.
Yeah.
There might even be a drummer in there, so you'll have to look.
Nice.
Not 100%
I
sure.
remember there's a drummer.
No, 100%
Maybe
sure.
the Russian military had a parade.
So when you're doing your format, you kind of remind me of someone who writes music. You're driving down the road, you see something, and all of a sudden this idea pops into your head. Is that kind of how these videos come about?
Yeah, man, it's just fun. I like the songs that I like, and so I just start thinking of firearms with them, and then I'm like, well, that spot would work well with these couple guns, then we'll follow it up with these. It's getting out of control now. I'm taking like 30 guns down there, an entire drum set, 3 crew members, cameras, microphones. Like, it's just getting wild down here now. We got to rent the range out for the whole day, and we try to film as many as we can, but it gets pretty exhausting, to be honest.
It's production.
Tell them about your helicopter experience. That might be a good background for music.
Oh, I went to go shoot an M249 saw out of a helicopter in Vegas. So that would kind of be cool for you to do. I don't know about going through the air, but, that'd be fun.
Be something to think about.
Yeah.
Is that the tank place in Battle Vegas or whatever, the tank place there?
Yeah. So, like, they're connected to it. So there's, like, a area for a landing area, and then they just take you up, and you start shooting. And let me tell you.
At the targets.
Yeah, and 250 rounds goes super fast coming out of that saw. So it was really fun, though.
But I was just thinking that'd be a fun thing for him to think of, because you're looking for something different every time, right?
I guess.
You got to get on a battle cruiser. See if you can get on a battle cruiser.
I think you might be overthinking it, Dave. I think
Shoot the big guns. Don't be messing around with that little stuff.
That little tank.
Guys, give me 2 years, and I'll just do a breakdown with a nuke and just turn this whole place to glass.
Boy, man after my own heart.
I did a Slayer song with a saw, and it worked perfectly. If you guys haven't seen that, you got to check it out sometime. We couldn't believe it. The rate of fire matched the guitar perfectly.
Was it really? That's funny.
Yeah, it was like Raining Blood is the song called.
Now, are you getting recognized yet? Are people, hey, you're that guy?
Yeah, believe it or not, it's pretty crazy.
What's that like?
It's fun, man. It's really fun. I really enjoy any interactions with people that like the channel, and like all the shirts that I sell, I make them here and like sell them from my house, so it's like personalized, and I send whatever cool stuff I can find in my house and just throw it in there. Like anybody that appreciates the channel, I'm hyped about it. That's great.
I got to see this guy's house. That sounds like fun.
I just built it, man. I got a backstop back here. I do a lot of filming just out here in my backyard, actually.
Oh, well, he is in Ohio.
Now, what's the gun environment like in Ohio? Are you guys pretty much you can carry, you can buy what you want, or what goes on?
There's just guns everywhere. I mean, absolutely all over the place. It's completely acceptable and normal and kind of weird, actually.
How long do you have to wait when you buy a new gun?
A couple minutes while they call the FBI.
Ours
is buy it from another individual, no time at all.
Ours is 10 days.
Nice.
Yeah, what's the view in Ohio? What's the view of California when it comes to gun
crazy.
owners?
Honestly, we just think it's nuts. Like the stuff that goes on over there legally and like from your government and all that stuff is.
Well, you know what they're
It's
trying
wild.
to do. If they can get it to fly in California, they're going to try to spread it across the United States. It's just like back in the day, we used to build 49 state cars and a California car. And the California car had so much emission on it, you're lucky if you could get down the driveway. So once they perfected that, now everybody has a heavily smogged vehicle, even the one you're driving, unless it's, pre 80s. You know what I mean? So that's the problem with California. And I'm sure you haven't heard a whole lot of gun shows in California. We've been doing this a little over 5 years now. And there's just a small handful, a lot of guys online, but to actually be on a 50,000 watt station, we're pretty rare. And we do it just for that reason, to stay on. And Michael with the San Diego County Gun Owners has done so much for Southern California as far as education goes, concealed carry. I mean, how many concealed carries have we got right now in a city of 3 million?
Yeah, the whole county has 3.5 million people, Nate, and we had about 1,100 CCWs issued, and it was near impossible to get a CCW. Near impossible to get a CCW.
Yeah.
Now they're issuing about 150 a month, 200.
But how many
a month.
CCWs do we have when we started the show?
About 1,100, and now we're up to about over 5,000. It's a problem. I mean, it really is, and there's a whole generation of people that just have missed out on guns. So you'd be shocked at how many adults there are walking around San Diego.
Right.
40, 50-year-old people who've never shot a gun before, Nate.
Nope.
Like, does that even make
That's so
sense to you?
sad.
Does that even make sense? Like, how many adults do you know
That
in
don't.
Ohio
I've never
that
done that. I've never carried or shot a gun. It's just, it's ludicrous.
It's really just fear, man. Like people, I mean, if people would just get into it, do it a little bit, they'll find, wow, this is actually really fun. And it's not, it's not just like a murder machine. Like if you follow the safety rules, nobody's going to get hurt.
It's a target. You're trying to hit a target. It's a paper target. It's a watermelon, whatever. It's a target, and it's perfection. And Joe does professional shooting. Melissa does professional shooting. Competition. But people don't see it
And
that
it's
way.
an instrument.
Exactly.
So what do you hope to see with your content? Where do you want to be with it? Are you just having fun and this is great, or are you going someplace with it and you have a plan and some things coming up?
I'll be honest with you guys. I've just been winging it for 2 years. So that's still what I'm doing. And, I get invited to all kinds of crazy stuff now. And so I pick the ones I want to go to, and hopefully I can meet somebody and make a video and do something new.
There you go.
Just kind of doing my thing. And
some gun people have reached out to you. Have you had any musicians reach out to you and go, hey, man, you're pretty good, and I'm a big fan, or anything like that?
tons, man. Like people that I never in a million years thought I would talk to. It's
Like
crazy.
who? Like who?
Bands that I'd love forever.
Name some bands that you talked to that you just never thought you'd ever.
Michael has to hear this.
I mean, August Burns Red is a good example. All That Remains is a really good example. I've been listening to them forever.
And boom, they found your channel and they said, "Wow, this is awesome." How cool is that? How good does that feel?
Oh, the biggest one ever. I don't know how I could forget, but System of a Down. Two of the members in that band I've had contact with a lot. Yeah, and that's my favorite band of all time ever. Since I was a kid, so that's crazy.
What did they do? Did they they just reached out to you, or how did they contact you?
No, my videos caught their attention just because of like how obnoxious it is and how popular it was getting. Like when I covered Chop Suey, it reached this dude in Brazil posted it, and it reached 83 million Facebook accounts. With just one video.
God!
Insane.
All right, Nate
It
Wilkinson.
caught their attention, and
And the rest is history.
yeah.
All right, buddy. Hey, stay in touch. We'd like to talk to you some more as more videos come out. And again, it's Drummer. All you got to do is go to YouTube, Instagram, just do Gun Runner. All right, buddy.
Gun drummer.
Drummer. I keep wanting to say runner.
Is
I'm
Nate
on a gun.
Wilkinson.
He sounds like a gun runner.
Drummer.
Oh, thanks, man.
Thanks for watching this clip from Gun Owners Radio.
You can watch us live every Sunday from 4 to 6 p.m. California time, right here on our YouTube channel, or if you're in the San Diego area, you can listen to us on 1170 a.m. We're also available on your favorite podcast platform for free. Don't forget to like and subscribe so that you can help restore and protect the Second Amendment, not just in California, but across the country.